I'm John. We're doing a lube job today. It's a 2002 Forester. It's got an EJ25. Let's get this thing out of here and get it started. We're doing a lube job on a 2002 Subaru Forester today. 3,200 pound all-wheel drive car. It's got a 2.5 liter EJ25. This guy cranks out about 165 horsepower. At least it did when it was new. We're going to get this piece of crap out of here, and that's a bent pack lift I got off of jegs.com. Pretty reasonable. Jegs took care of a lot of the shipping details. They don't like to deliver really heavy packages like that to residential addresses, so that was pretty nice to get that taken care of. It's got a great hydraulic pump attached to it there. This drain plug was super tight. That's a 17 millimeter drain plug. Make sure you put your oil container a little bit to the left there so that the oil doesn't jump over your container and spill everywhere. This filter was a little bit difficult to get off. I just put a rag around it, and then I put that the belt wrench on there, and it worked just fine. The oil on this car wasn't terrible. It was pretty dirty though. It sat for a really long time. So I'm glad that there's not a lot of water in it from the head gasket leak. We got a 17 millimeter once again. Torque it down to 25 foot-pounds. Overall, it's not bad underneath this car. It's a little dirty, but it's not bad. Put a little oil on your filter right there on the oil filter. That helps you get a nice good seal. We got a 16 millimeter here on the transmission. You should not need to use a breaker bar on that. However, I did. This guy takes a while to drain, so be prepared to go for lunch or something. Go do something else while this guy drains out. That filter was very difficult to get off. I did the same exact thing. I just wrapped it and then turned the belt wrench on there, and it got it right off. I just put these guys on there just about hand tight. I can usually get stuff pretty tight by hand. But if you're a puny little weakling, you might want to grab your wrench and give it a little tug. I cleaned up that drain plug. That is not a brand new drain plug. I would like a brand new one, but we'll just clean her up. It's fine. This is going to be the 16 millimeter, and then we're going to torque it down to 18 foot-pounds. Which, by the way, is not enough to need a breaker bar to get it off. Support your torque wrench from the back of where the socket attaches to it. That way you get the proper torque on it. Also, you don't want to use like a wobbly. That's going to change your torque as well. These guys are 13 millimeters. I'm pretty sure there's no torque spec for these guys. You just ratchet them down. I use my Milwaukee impact gun. It's on like setting 2, but I just don't send it completely. There's a lot of oil on this guard here from the head gasket leaking there. She's got about 117,000 miles on it, so it's not surprising that it needs a head gasket. And you guys will get a head gasket video out of that. So, you're welcome. I tried to clean it up, but nothing really happened. It didn't do anything. .2 quarts of 5W30. I use Valvoline. High mileage. I do suggest using a funnel. Don't pour oil all over your engine like I like to. It's not the best idea. That container is almost the perfect amount of oil for this car. You got a little bit left over to burn later, or in my case, leak into my driveway. $12 millimeters gonna get this airbox off here, those nuts. We're not gonna have a torque spec for putting those back on. And then you'll need a flathead for the band clamp there on the intake. This is a great exercise if you're nervous about working on your car. Just take your airbox off, put it back on, and then that way you'll gain a little confidence about working on your car. I'd always suggest putting a new air filter in there. I like K&Ns, the fabric ones with the oil on them. They work really great. I've always used them. This little guy's attached on there pretty good. You got to give it a pretty good tug to get it detached there. That funnel's just about the perfect shape for the 4.2 quarts of Dextron ATF that you're going to pour in there. That's just what I got out of the bottom when I measured it, so don't just pour whatever inside your transmission. This guy was actually quite low when I started, so you can always check before you start as well. Top it off and then drain it. Make sure you like and subscribe to my videos. Leave me some comments. If you got a video you want me to do or a good idea, let me know in the comment. If you got a question about my cars or what I'm doing, or tell me that I did something wrong. Hit the notification bell as well. I put a lot of effort into my videos. I want them to be top notch. So if you got suggestions or ideas, let me know. I got this squeeze little technique on them bottles there.